We're about a week away from the 2023 NFL Draft, so if you're like me, you're pretty damned excited. Show us you are by liking today's video as we break down my penultimate, fun word, second to last, NFL mock draft. Final one coming on Wednesday of draft week, but I don't think number one will end up changing. I've got Bryce Young as the pick here for the Carolina Panthers. The expectation around the NFL certainly seems to be that the Texans, or the Panthers, will be taking Bryce Young, but there is uncertainty around the Texans side of things, and I decided to make this mock draft. What happens if Houston doesn't go quarterback at number 2 overall? That's mock drafts are built around exploring scenarios. This is a valid one, even though I think it would be pretty silly of Houston to not just take C.J. Stroud at number 2. I'll give them Will Anderson. There's been some buzz about Tyree Wilson. I, for one, do not think that would be a good idea for Houston, but we'll explore the scenario, how it breaks down Houston and the rest of the draft. And I've got Arizona at number 3 trading the pick. I think the Raiders like C.J. Stroud quite a bit. And by the way, that Jimmy Garoppolo contract could easily be moved after a year, not even this year if they wanted to, the way the deal's structured. They could trade him if they really, really needed to. Arizona would love to move down, and the Raiders going to get their franchise quarterback, C.J. Stroud, in theory, securing everyone's jobs for another 2 or 3 years or whatever. Stroud there at number 3. Growing buzz of late about a couple different off-the-field stuff, like, oh, he didn't show up to the Manning Passing Academy, which may have been true, may not have been true, but also it was a year ago, so it's not new information. It was last summer. Maybe didn't score the best on the S2 cognitive test. That was the media report. S2 themselves said everyone scored well. Who's telling the truth? I don't know. It's been a weird process for Stroud. Maybe it's just Houston being weird, because I think Indy would take him at number 4 if he slides there, hypothetically. Where do you think C.J. Stroud ends up going in this year's draft? It is the pinned comment on today's show, so if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there. Let me know who you think ends up taking C.J. Stroud. I'll plug Anthony Richardson in there at number 4. Colts get the third quarterback, in theory, on there. Or maybe second. Who knows? NFL teams do weird things. Richardson gives them immense upside, despite being, he's not a very accurate player right now. Jalen Carter goes number 5 to Seattle. Maybe if Will Anderson's on the board, something changes for Seattle, but I think they're willing to gamble on Carter because the upside is just so immense. Devon Witherspoon to the Lions here. This could be Tyree Wilson, could be a Christian Gonzalez. I think Witherspoon, his play style, is the type of guy Dan Campbell's going to love. But move on from Jeffrey Okudah. Long-term corner is still a need. Here's your new, in theory, number 1 on the outside. Tyree Wilson to Arizona. They traded down with the Raiders. I wouldn't even rule out him going number 3 overall to the Cardinals. I think they are fairly high on him. The length and power makes him an intriguing upside pick. Nolan Smith is undersized, but he's actually a really good run defender. I think is a great scheme fit for what the Falcons want to do. So if it's not a Bijan Robinson, if it's not a Wilson or a Christian Gonzalez, maybe Myles Murphy, I think Nolan Smith's the pick there for Atlanta. Texans then move up to number 9 because Houston trying to jump the Titans here at number 11. Houston not getting quarterback this year. I just think it's a weird idea. Just passing on one altogether. We'll break down who they pick here, but going back to pick number 2, will they take one there or no? Will Houston take a quarterback at number 2, or will our boy Will Scott be in shambles? Why for yes, and producer Chugs too. Why for yes and for no? Sound off in the comments section. You probably know who I had them taking. Will Levis out of Kentucky. So it's an all-will draft for Houston. Anderson, Levis. The issue I have here is you're saying you're not going to take the guy at 2, but you take them at 12 or 11 or 9. That's not exactly confidence in him, right? If you think he's the guy, take him at 2. Otherwise, don't take one. It's a weird situation. Christian Gonzalez then, number 10 out of Oregon to Philadelphia. He's the slider among the top defensive players. I think Philadelphia loves that pick. And I'll go Peter Skoronski. I would not rule out a quarterback for Tennessee or even a wide receiver. Do you need some guard talent? I think Vrabel will love Skoronski, maybe more than some of their other recent draft picks there. I like that fit for Tennessee. Now, are you tired of struggling with bad habits? Cold turkey might be great for sandwiches, but there is a better way to break free from those pesky habits, and it doesn't involve any weird mind voodoo or other bizarre tactics. Our sponsor, Fume, is an innovative, award-nominated device that helps you kick bad habits to the curb by focusing on the good parts. You can scan the QR code on screen here to learn more about Fume, but it's all about embracing the natural. It's not electronic, and instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Best of all, it's free of harmful chemicals and packed with delicious, all-natural flavors. The adjustable airflow dial, by the way, is movable parts and magnets, and it's perfect for fidgeting, which can help alleviate stress and anxiety while you break your bad habit. I wasn't sure what to expect at first, but I was happily surprised by the taste, feel, and look of Fume. Breaking a habit can be tough. We know that. But with Fume, it's easy, enjoyable, and even fun. With over 100,000 customers and countless success stories, there's no reason why you can't be next. Start your journey towards a healthier lifestyle with the Journey Pack from Fume. Visit tryfume.com/chatsports and use code chatsports for 10% off when you purchase the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com/chatsports. And don't forget to use code chatsports for 10% off your order. The link is in the comment section and the description, or just scan that big old QR code on screen right now. Pick 12, Broderick Jones. I lean towards the Bears trying to trade. I think they would love to, again, get more picks, right? And I think it's offensive line stands out to me. Maybe Darnell Wright could be the pick here. It's a run on lineman. I got 4 straight here, spoiler alert. Paris Johnson Jr. to the Jets. There's a new left tackle in New York. I think Darnell Wright. I never know what the Patriots are going to do, but Darnell Wright at number 14 overall, that one makes sense. Teaser, 14 and 16. I would not be shocked if they were actually flipped come draft day. I got Michael Mayer still as the number 1 tight end. I think he's a better fit for what Green Bay wants to do with running the football than Dalton Kincaid is, so I'll plug him in at 15, but he could go late round 1 still. Bijan Robinson to the Commanders. I do not sleep on the Patriots and the Commanders. Those are my 2 value picks for Bijan. They like to run the football. They value the running game. I think both of those are prime destinations if the Falcons Eagles don't take him in the top 10 in this year's class. Just take Joey Porter Jr., Pittsburgh. Doesn't this just make sense? You're in the market for another corner. Patrick Peterson's there for now. Take the son of the Steelers legend. The Lions at 18, they took Jalen Carter. Now they get Myles Murphy. Oh, man, that defensive line is loaded if they go that route there. I don't know where Brian Branch goes. I think Tampa's an under-the-radar fit. They've needed both nickel corner and at safety, the 2 spots Brian Branch plays. Jackson Smith-Njigba off the board here. Seattle's going to try to trade down, make no mistake about it. But imagine JSN in the slot with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. That is an awesome grouping for Geno Smith at wide receiver. The receiver class is not loaded this year. So who do you think is the first team to draft one? Maybe it's a New England. Maybe the Bears, JSN, Fields' dream gets to come true. Who is the first team to take one? Sound off in the comment section. Little corner/receiver run here. Jordan Addison, who's college coach, the Pitt receivers coach, now the Chargers wide receivers coach, give them some speed. Deonte Banks, he just screams Raven to me. Him or Emmanuel Forbes. I think both go in this range. I've got Forbes to Minnesota, Banks to the Baltimore Ravens. I think those would be some fun additions for teams that need cornerback help there. Lucas Van Ness, I think, is going to be best. That's kind of an outside on base downs, inside on pass rushing downs, and I think that fits really well with what the Jaguars want to do on defense. I would love a corner for them, but I have no more going in round 1. Zay Flowers, who could be the sleeper first receiver taken this year, goes number 25. I think that would make some sense for the Giants. It's a smaller receiver, I know, but it seems like the Giants just kind of like those guys. We'll get to pick 26 here in a second, but first, you can get more NFL draft videos by subscribing. It is all free here at Chat Sports, and it always will be. Hit that sub button right now. Pick 26, I'll go Dalton Kincaid. Maybe it's Steve Avila. Don't sleep on Will McDonald, but if Kincaid's there, which I'm unconvinced he will be, maybe the team trades up for him, I think Dallas would have some interest there, plus Michael Mayer and even Darnell Washington. Quentin Johnston out of TCU to the Bills. They want another outside receiver. They're kind of upset with Gabe Davis. Didn't play his best this past year. Linebacker, also a prime area of focal point here. I'll go Brian Brzee out of Clemson to the Bengals here as a disruptive potential 3 technique for Cincinnati. 1 pick before Kalijah Cansey goes off the board to the New Orleans Saints. I don't know where Cansey goes. I have a 2nd-round grade on him, but he could sneak in the top 15 or even not go at all in round 1. Osiris Torrance, I love his game. He might not be the best fit in Philadelphia, but plug-and-play option at guard. Give Cam Jurgens 1 more year as a developmental piece, then take over for Jason Kelsey. Eagles love trench players. I got one there. And Will McDonald, who in many ways is the opposite type of player of George Karlaftis to the Chiefs, who might trade up for Zay Flowers. I like that fit in Kansas City. I think McDonald goes in the 1st round when it's all said and done. Non-first-round picks. I care about your teams, too. B.J. Ojolari to the Rams. They need pass rush help. There's an upside young, long player. Sam Laporta out of Iowa, a plug-and-play starter at tight end in a loaded class. There's the Mike Gesicki replacement. Derek Hall out of Auburn to the Broncos because they love pass rushers, and this is good value for Hall. Browns get a nose tackle. They don't always take those guys, but they could use one. Siaka Ika out of Baylor at 74. And Tennessee edge, Byron Young, not the Alabama version. More pass rush depth for San Francisco. I think Young at pick 99 would be really nice value for the 49ers. So grade the mock draft for me. You can be mean. It's fine. It's not my final one. Grade it. A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section. Head down there. Let me know what you think.